The Hat Tricks are on the brink of elimination tonight, needing a win and help elsewhere to stay alive in the race for fourth place. A tall task awaits after a narrow loss last night as the Binghamton Black Bears are in town for Game 2 of this weekend series. Live on the Hat Tricks Digital Network, Patrick Grudberg alongside our entire production team. Happy to be here tonight for another matchup between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears. Binghamton won 1-0 last night at home in New York. Scoring halfway through the third period, it was a goaltender's duel through 50 minutes. Nicholas Swain got the lone goal in the game. And Binghamton improved to 41-5, 2-3 on the season, their 7th straight. They sit firmly in first place in the Empire Division. 131 points, clinched home ice all through the FPHL playoffs. And for the Hat Tricks, who starting lineup is being announced as we speak. Anton Rupsov there making his return after a weekend in Worcester playing for the Railers in the ECHL. We'll talk about that more. The Hat Tricks in 5th place entering tonight. 18-24, 5-4, 67 points. And their playoff hopes are on life support. They need to win tonight and a loss from Topeka to stay alive heading into the penultimate weekend of the regular season. It was the lowest scoring game of the season for the Hat Tricks last night. 1-0 game. Kyle Penton played an excellent one, but tonight instead it'll be Aiden Pierce in goal for the boys in orange and black. Aiden Pierce, a rookie goaltender from Oshawa, Ontario, 21 years of age. He'll be getting his first start tonight. Played 20 minutes against the Black Bears a couple weekends ago on March 14th. His first start will come tonight in a big spot for the Hat Tricks. Lights are on at the DIA, and we are ready for some Saturday night hockey. As we mentioned, Hat Tricks need a win tonight, and for the Topeka Scarecrows to lose their game versus the Indiana Sentinels. They won 4-1 last evening. If both teams win or both teams lose, the quote-unquote magic number becomes 1. Essentially meaning the Scarecrows would have to lose in regulation in their final 5 games, and the Hat Tricks need to win their remaining 4 games. We'll set the stage more as we have some ceremonial puck drops. Greg Sosinski there alongside Tyson Kirkby. Tonight, the 14th matchup between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears this season. Hat Tricks 1-12 in those games. The one win coming up in Binghamton back on February 28th. It was a 4-3 shootout win. It was the last time that the Black Bears lost a game, in fact. Since then, they've been perfect as they have a stranglehold on first place, a very healthy lead over the Port Huron Prowlers, who sit in second. Top 3 seeds have clinched a playoff berth. Blue Ridge Bobcats have at least clinched a spot. They could fall to 4th depending on what happens. But for now, we turn our attention to Danbury. Will the season end tonight with their playoff hopes on the line? Let's find out. Hat Tricks and Black Bears live from Danbury. Up the ball early for Binghamton and across into the neutral zone with Nicholas Swain. CJ Stubbs, bringing it in. There's a shot from the point there. Stone zipping past the post as Milan Brezko tries to clear it out. Rupsov can't handle. Sent in deep by Stubbs. Tukane pressured by some white jerseys. Binghamton going right to left in the white and green. Hat Tricks wearing their orange jerseys. Bondarenko lost his stick in the corner. Still loose near side as Kuznetsov and Rupsov work it out. Chance Adrian back from injury for the Hat Tricks, out for his first shift of the night as we get an icing. Aiden Pierce in goal for the Hat Tricks. For the Black Bears, it'll be Dyson Skinner making his second start for Binghamton after being traded from Twin City. This is his second game in this arena this season. When Twin City played in late November against the Hat Tricks, he was in goal for that one. A 4-5 loss for the Continental Division foe there. Kept in by Sosinski at the left point. Trying to deke around was Friedman, now loose in the slot. Score! An early goal, Chance Adrian. What a way to announce yourself after a brief hiatus there. Chance Adrian finding a loose puck in the slot and getting an early one on the board for the Hat Tricks. Adrian's 7th goal on the season, his 2nd for the Hat Tricks, previously 5 for the PD Ice Cats. And just took advantage of a loose puck. Grady Friedman had it initially, and it fell for Adrian. And we've seen this before between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears. Think back to that game in mid-December. The Hat Tricks took a 2-0 lead through the first period, scoring first. As it's loose in the near corner, Adrian playing it up the board, sent in by Anderson. Wicked bounce there. Pierce had to be on alert. Cherniuk moving it over for Santoro as the puck goes spinning out of play. Joe Santoro, one of a few college signees joining the team in recent weeks. The only Connecticut native on the roster from nearby Middlebury, Connecticut. Got a 30-minute drive down I-84. Played his college hockey at Post University in Waterbury, even closer. He's in the draw there on the right side. York with it. Forces an early save out of Pierce. And Aiden Pierce making his first start for the team. Began the season with Misericordia University. Played 9 games, 9.32 save percentage, and a 2.87 goals against. But since has been with the Hat Tricks, hasn't seen much game time other than that 1/3 period a couple weekends ago when the game was basically out of reach. He gets the nod here in a big spot from MJ Markle. Fired in behind, Caden Kandurka shielding. Got into a fight last night with Jesse Anderson, Kandurka did. As the Black Bears poke it in, they'll get a change. As we're 2.5 minutes through the first period. Chance Adrian with an early goal for the home team. Kandurka wheeling down the right wing. Now tied up with DeRazio, comes away with the puck. Playing it up the boards, gave it away. Slot Brezko, shoot, save. Another A-grade chance for the Hat Tricks early here in the first. Milan Brejko wearing number 9. Durazio back for Stone. Stubbs past the blue line. Still loose, gives a slap shot and Pierce is there to cover the puck. 16:47 to go in the first. And here's a replay of it. Gonna see the goal actually. And there he was, Adrian. Just forcing a turnover, high slot. An easy pickpocket, and he beats Dyson Skinner. Adrian playing first line center tonight. Here he is on the puck again. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Chernyuk shot blocked off the leg of Ramekers. Behind the net, near corner. Trying to play it out towards the blue line, but kept in by Chernyuk. Konstantin Chernyuk, 6 assists in his last 5 games. Also served a good amount of penalty minutes yesterday up in Binghamton. 12, a hooking call, and then a unsportsmanlike conduct. Back in with Kirkby, left wing. Narrow angle shot over Pierce. It'll trickle all the way to the other end. Serrata shielding. Jordan Crom there to pressure along with Gennaro Frandudo. A Let's Go Hat Tricks chant early, ringing down from the crowd here. Team needing everything they can get from this crowd tonight. Behind the net with Matthew York, one of Binghamton's new collegiate signees, coming by way of Elmira College. Schwitt, another one, walking it past the blue line and shielding in the far corner. Left point, York, shot blocked. Schwitt back up to the point. Cervoni bounced it off the back boards. Fennell trying to shovel it clear, kept in by York. Swain tried to maneuver, sent out by Kandurka. And Brejko will chase along with Kuznetsov. Dmitry Kuznetsov did not play last night, but back in the lineup on the second line with Brejko and Rupsov. As he's on it into the zone, spinning here, trying to find a teammate. That was Anton Rupsov looking for Kuznetsov. Brejko backhands in. Durazio there first. We'll flip it for Jansen. Almost 6 minutes through the first period. Chance Adrian, the only goal so far early. Bondarenko and Jansen combined. Tukane there to snuff it out. Cycle deep, Pierce gives it a touch. Turnover, now loose, Bondarenko scores! A giveaway from the Hat Tricks, Bondarenko there to capitalize. We'll tie it up for Binghamton, 1-1. Trying to clear it up the far wall, and Hat Tricks give it away. Bondarenko there in the low slot to receive the pass. And for him, he's been the assist man all season. We'll get a replay here. Yep, just beating Pierce blocker's side. A league-leading 72 assists, and now his 18th goal of the season, tying it up early here for the visitors. Almost an odd man rush there off the skate of Serrata. Sosinski and Chernyuk bring it up ice. Now Kandurka, left wing. Thrown back towards Chernyuk. Escapes into the neutral zone. Now Serrata over for Kirkby down the right wing. Shielding off Santoro, back up to the point. Ramekers, pad save Pierce. Puck still trickling loose. Right point shot, glove save. And that will bring us to the under 15 timeout. 1 goal apiece here in the early goings. Chancey Adrian for the Hat Tricks. Ivan Bondarenko for the Black Bears. 1-1 between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears live on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Head over to TK's American Cafe on White Street for 80 different wing flavors and good times. With 30 flat screen televisions and free Wi-Fi, we're the perfect spot to catch the game or enjoy a night out. Visit tksamericancafe.com for more information. TK's American Cafe. Make sure to try our hat trick flavor. When life brings legal challenges, trust Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson. From business law and real estate to estate planning and litigation, our experienced attorneys are here to guide you every step of the way. Proudly serving clients across Fairfield County and Western Connecticut. Learn more at danburylaw.com. Nothing freshens like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. From classic Coke to a wide variety of sparkling and still drinks, we've got something for everyone. Learn more at CokeNortheast.com, because every sip deserves a spot.
Back here in a very loud Danbury Ice Arena during the break. Our in-arena entertainment getting the folks fired up. First time I've seen some visiting fans take on the Illicit Brewing Company beer chugging challenge. Some folks in green and white doing that as the Hat Tricks clear the zone. 12:40 to go in the first period. Now down for an icing. Chance Adrian had missed the last 3 games before tonight. His previous game, March 13th against the Wolves, he scored a goal in that one and has a goal tonight. A big one early, unassisted at 1:11. Bondarenko's goal assisted by Jansen and Stone at 6:15. Tied it up right before our break. As Brejko banks it in. Skinner was hoping that the refs would say he was behind the red line. Not so. Kirkby around the outside, lost an edge and draws a penalty. Chernyuk not happy with the call and having some words for Kirkby as he'll go to the penalty box, a place he's all too familiar with this weekend. Chernyuk, 117 penalty minutes on the season, 44 now for the Hat Tricks in just 10 games. So the Hat Tricks will head to the penalty kill against one of the best power play units in the league. Binghamton second, 25.3. MJ Markle's group sporting a pretty good clip themselves, 82.6%. Good enough for 5th. As the Black Bears get started here, Jansen left circle. Durazio over for Stubbs. Down low, Kirkby looking for Bondarenko off his skate and cleared. Kandurka will try to chase after it. Durazio finds Jansen, and the Black Bears will enter again. Jansen with some speed, spinning back. Was able to cycle it for Kirkby. Now pinned in the corner by Pickford. Able to move it over up top for Stubbs. Now back over for Durazio. Jansen pinging around. Sosinski trying to clear, still behind the net with Kirkby. Tangled up with Pickford again. Up the far wall and cleared away by Santoro. Joe Santoro on the penalty kill, trusted there as a rookie. Halfway through the Binghamton power play. Cross ice, Ramekers shot, pad save, batted in the air by Bondarenko and saved again. Deflected into the netting with 47 seconds left on the 5-on-4. Scott Ramekers with the shot there from the left circle. Him and Bondarenko played all 51 games this season for Binghamton, 2 Iron Men for Coach Sherwood. Jordan Crom in the circle for Danbury, playing as the 10th skater this evening. Steffen wins the draw. Behind the net, Swain, who got the goal last night. That was the decider. Ramekers, Stone, Serrata, Ramekers, a diving Jordan Crom, maybe threw him off a bit. Still 25 seconds. Kandurka swarming. Still Swain now behind the net. Steffen. Up the boards for Swain. Steffen. Move near side, Ramekers. Swain walking in, cross ice, Ramekers, save! Trickled loose and goes behind the goal line still with the Black Bears. Back to 5-on-5. Chernyuk coming in to save. He'll flip it clear. Might be an icing, and it is. But the hat trick survive on the penalty kill just barely. Another one-timer from Scott Ramekers. Almost trickled through the 5-hole on Aiden Pierce. Ian Tukane skating on as the 5th skater. Crom still out there from the penalty kill. Puck spills out. And the Hatchers will get a quick change here. Schwitt, good stick from Chernyuk. York trying to play it deep. He'll deflect it in. Sosinski and Chernyuk play catch here behind the net. Talk about another Iron Man. Greg Sosinski, since joining the team in mid-December, has played every single game. Also one of the more disciplined defensemen on the team. In terms of penalty minutes, here he is. High shot, glove save from Skinner. We'll take a break. 9:25 to go in the first period. Still tied up 1-1 between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears, live on the Hat Tricks digital network.
Looking for the best in beverage distribution? Choose DiCello Distributors. From Anheuser-Busch to local craft beers, we offer a full range of beer, cider, and non-alcoholic options. Serving New Haven, Fairfield, and Middlesex counties, we're committed to quality service and community. Visit DiCello.com to learn more. Diversified Printing Solutions is your full-service print partner in Danbury. With over 50 years of combined experience, we handle everything from graphic design and branded premiums to bindery mailing and smaller large print runs. DPS doesn't just print, we help you communicate from concept to delivery. Visit us online at dprintingsol.com. Struggling with pain or mobility issues? Turn to Hartsburg Chiropractic Health Center in Danbury. Specializing in posture correction, sports injuries, sciatica, arthritis, and more, our patients rave about personalized care and lasting results. Visit hartsburgchiropractic.com to schedule your consultation.
1-1 Hat Tricks and Black Bears halfway through the first period. Binghamton out shooting Danbury 10-2. Continuing last night's trend. The Hat Tricks were outshot by 20, 38-18. But one of those 2 shots went in, and that's all that matters so far. We'll keep an eye on that out-of-town score in Topeka as that game begins. Adrian again, left circle, shot wide. Low shot there from Adrian. Sosinski trying to find him, instead intercepted. Jansen offside. Face off just outside the Hat Trick's end. Santoro in with the third line. Kandurka and Frandudo. 3 rookies playing together. Santoro, a much newer rookie. There's a deflection that whizzed right back into the low slot as the net comes dislodged. A couple crazy bounces early. We see it a lot with that Danbury corner, pinballing right into some dangerous areas. That one coming off the backboards. Santoro wins it. Caden Fennell in stride. Flips it off the glass. Didn't get a deflection, so we'll do it again from the Hat Trick's end. Last night's 1-0 loss. Part of a string of 3 straight games where the Hat Tricks only give up 1 goal. Last weekend they won 2 games, 5-1 and 3-1. This time, despite giving up only 1, they take the loss, being shut out for the 4th time this season against the Black Bears as Pierce makes another save. Another defensive zone win. Kuznetsov tipping it forward is Rupsov. Now behind the net, angling, tied up with Anderson. Brejko battled for it, but the Black Bears take it away. Kirkby flips it deep. Up the far wall. Poked back down, Serrata. Facing up, now cycles deep for Steffen. He gets a body from Fennell. Caden Fennell leading the team in assists. Konstantin Chernyuk has more assists overall between the 3 teams he's played for. But purely for Hat Tricks games, it's Fennell, the rookie, leading with 24 assists on the season. Brejko clearing. Deflecting off Cervoni. There's Mason Hohen, another recent signing for the Black Bears. Skating on the 3rd line tonight as the Black Bears dump it in again. Schwitt pins Friedman, and got another penalty this time. It's going to be on Simonchik. Andrei Simonchik playing his 11th game for the team. Another player who's found himself in the penalty box quite a lot this season, now 47 in 11 games. Binghamton back to work on the power play. Hat Trick's clear with Sosinski. Couple solid chances for Binghamton on the first power play. Scott Ramekers with some one-timers from that left circle. Aiden Pierce so far so good, other than the Bondarenko goal. Orazio and Jansen now. Cross ice Kirkby. It's more of a shot pass looking for Bondarenko. Sosinski clears again. Hat Tricks will get a change. Tukane, Brejko, and Santoro on with Sosinski. The 4 penalty killers. 40 seconds through this power play. Stubbs. Kirkby low circle. Back up for DeRazio. Jansen. Waiting low, threw it towards the net, loose in the crease. And a crucial stick there from Santoro, pushing it to the corner. Tukane sends it all the way down. Pickford, Crom, and Kandurka on for the final 50 seconds. Jansen faked a slap shot, angling down, lost an edge. No penalty call from the referee despite some Binghamton protests. Dan Stone walks it across, 30 seconds on the power play. Behind the net, pressured by two hat tricks. Cross ice, Ramaker's in that familiar spot. Here he is again. Ramaker's shot blocked. Sosinski wearing it there. Now only 10 seconds before Simonchik gets back out of the box. Stone, Ramaker's. Swain back for Ramaker's. Crom with a crouch. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Ramaker's one-timer. High save, Pierce. 2 for 2 on the penalty kill are the hat tricks. Still looking to clear here. Bickford tangled up from behind by Stephan, and it's going to be a delayed penalty. It is. The hat tricks will go on the 5-on-4 on the other side of this break. 4:55 remaining in the first period. Still tied 1-1 live at the Danbury Ice Arena.
Recover with confidence at Hat City Physical Therapy. Personalized care for sports injuries, post-surgical rehabilitation, and chronic conditions. As the official PT provider for the Danbury Hat-Tricks, we specialize in advanced treatments like dry needling, cupping, and KT taping. Visit us online at hatcityphysicaltherapy.com to schedule a consultation. Serving handcrafted drinks, Cash and Live Coffee Creations combine flavor, creativity, and community in every cup. Visit us online at cashandlivecoffee.com or check us out in the Danbury Ice Arena. Cash and Live Coffee Creations, where every sip tells a story. Make your stay comfortable at La Quinta Inn & Suites by Wyndham Danbury. With spacious rooms, free breakfast, and modern amenities, we've got everything you need to relax and recharge. Conveniently located in Danbury, we're perfect for business or leisure travel. Book your stay today at wyndhamhotels.com/La Quinta.
Hat tricks go to work on the power play. After Austin Pickford drew a penalty in the neutral zone, Binghamton with an early clearance to get us going. Hat tricks 12th out of 14 teams on the power play, 14% on the season. Binghamton, the best penalty killing unit in the league. Rivers trying to get it across the blue line, instead flipped all the way back down. Chernyuk over for Chance Adrian. Hat trick still being outshot 14-3. One of those being the Adrian goal. And have survived 2 trips on the penalty kill so far. Rupsov walking through. Trying to slice through the slot. He'll throw it around the boards. Left circle with Rivers. Adrian back for Rivers, walking down cross ice. Rupsov not quite on target. Chernyuk shot, score! From the point, Konstantin Chernyuk. One of the best offensive threats in this defensive group. Konstantin Chernyuk doing it on the power play. A lot of traffic in front. Didn't look like there was a deflection, at least off an orange jersey. And Chernyuk, his second goal for the hat trick since being acquired back in late February. Both goals coming against Binghamton. He scored the last time Binghamton lost in that game that the hat tricks won on February 28th. So improbably, with only 4 shots on goal, 50% of them reach the back of the net. And the Hat Tricks are up 2-1 here late in the first period. Friedman slaps it in. A big hit behind the net. Adrian laying the body, this time on Cam Cervoni. Chance Adrian playing like a shot out of a cannon so far this period. Gets the goal, showing some physicality. Black Bears clear into the path of Bondarenko, right wing. Outnumbered. Throws it cross ice to Razio. Tried to lay it off for Stubbs. Didn't time it up right. 2-on-2 the other way. And Rupsov draws a penalty on Razio, who was back checking behind an 11-on-11 penalty. Razio, number 11 in white, will go to the box, and the Hat Tricks, second straight power play. Chernyuk at 16 minutes, assisted by Rupsov and Rivers. What do the Hat Tricks have here? Right back on the power play. It's Chernyuk again at the point. Rupsov's shot, maybe looking for a deflection from Frandudo. Still with Chernyuk, left point. Center, Adrian. Cleared out all the way down with Chernyuk being pressured by Bondarenko. Danbury will reset, going left to right. Cleared out again. Jansen, the first skater down. Pierce will handle in the near corner. Gave it away, swung it around all the way to the near side. Steffen try to hold on. 50 seconds through the penalty kill. In front, almost a shorthanded goal. Jansen misses the net. Steffen, who forced the turnover in the corner. And on February 27th, one of the other times the Black Bears traveled here, we saw two shorthanded goals. Odd man rush here as Kandurka tried to center it for Brejko. Only 35 seconds left on the power play. Sosinski shakes off a couple. Centering, Crom whiffed on it. Now a whistle, and the net came dislodged. .112 to go in the period, still 23 seconds left on the D'Orazio slashing minor. Still 14-5 in shots on goal. Hat Tricks win the draw. Kandurka threw it far side. Still in the corner. Friedman. Now Sosinski. Thought about a drive. Now Crom. Shot blocked. Friedman tried to shovel it back up for Crom and did. Behind the net, Kandurka. Back to even strength. Kuznetsov spinning. Serrata flipping it clear. Kirkby dumps it in, and the Black Bears will get a change. 32 seconds to go in the period. Giveaway at the blue line. Emery threw one towards net, blockered away. Kuznetsov in the corner, banks it over for Tukane. Under 20 seconds now. Tukane tripped up. One of two players down for Danbury. Kuznetsov slow to get up in that near corner, just off your screen. Still waiting for a signal from our officiating crew. Steve Cook, Carmine Vetrano, Garrett Murphy, and Anthony Verderisi are officials tonight. No penalties. Face off to the right of Pierce's net. Stubbs and Santoro in there with 15 seconds. Fennell off the glass. Stone kept it in. Bondarenko tried to move it down for Stubbs. Chipped clear, 3 seconds. DeRazio will bleed out the final ticks. And into the first intermission, the Hat Tricks improbably up 2-1. 2 goals off 5 shots on net. Chance Adrian and Konstantin Chernyuk, the goal scorers for the Hat Tricks as they lead the Empire Division leaders, as we have a shouting match right towards the Binghamton bench to finish things off here. A lot of jerseys in their front. Dudo mixing it up with Stefan, and boy, this trying to not make it ugly are the referees, and Sosinski and Cervoni, you see, are tied up outside of the fray. The Zamboni's coming out on the ice. Still every single player on the rink. Simonchik being hounded by one of the referees, Garrett Murphy there. And Simonchik threw someone's stick and trying to push it further away as the Hat Tricks finally retreat for the end of a very bizarre conclusion to the first period. Caden Fennell hyping up the fans as the Hat Tricks lead 2-1 as we go into the first intermission. We'll be back for period number 2, live at the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat Tricks 2, Black Bears 1, live on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Let Expedia Cruises Brookfield turn that dream into reality. Our local travel experts offer personalized planning for cruises, all-inclusive resorts, escorted tours, and more. Whether you're seeking a tropical escape or a European adventure, we've got you covered. Visit ExpediaCruises.com to start planning today. At Golf Lounge 18, we deliver state-of-the-art virtual golf fun in Danbury and throughout Connecticut. Equipped with TrackMan 4 technology, our bays allow golfers to play real courses indoors. Reserve your bay or learn more at golflounge18.com. Golf Lounge 18, real golf all year round. Step into Gray Scent Boutique and Candle Bar, where style and creativity come together. Browse our curated finds, enjoy permanent jewelry, or craft your own custom scented candle. Located in Bethel, Connecticut, we're the perfect spot for gifts, gatherings, and unforgettable experiences. Visit grayscent.com for more information. Got a leak, clog, or plumbing problem you can't ignore? Call Hope Plumbing, your trusted local experts for fast, reliable service. Located in Prospect, Connecticut, help is just a call away. Visit thehopecos.com or call 203-663-3223 today to learn more. Because when it comes to plumbing, there's always hope. Building something great starts with the right materials. At Kellogg Hardwood Lumber, we supply premium hardwoods, custom millwork, and quality lumber for builders, craftsmen, and DIYers alike. Located in Bethel, Connecticut, we're your trusted source for strength, beauty, and reliability in every project. Visit KelloggHardwoods.com today. Stay warm this winter with Mitchell Oil. From heating oil and propane delivery to HVAC installation and service, we offer comprehensive solutions for homes and businesses. With automatic delivery options, flexible pricing plans, and 24/7 emergency service, Mitchell Oil ensures your comfort year-round. Visit Mitchell.com to become a customer today. Mitchell Oil, ready to serve you. When disaster strikes, Paul Davis is here to help. We provide fast and reliable restoration services from properties damaged by water, fire, mold, or storms, serving both homes and businesses with 24/7 emergency response. Check us out online at pauldavis.com to find a location near you. Looking for a premier golfing experience? Visit Richter Park Golf Course, the #2 public course in the New York metro area. With 4 sets of tees, we challenge golfers of all skill levels. Open daily, Richter Park offers competitive rates and online tee time reservations. Visit richterpark.com to book your round today. Bring back your curb appeal with Rinse and Wash Pressure Washing. From driveways and decks to siding and storefronts, we make your surfaces shine like new. Our team delivers fast, professional results you can count on. Visit rinseandwashct.com today to schedule your clean, because a fresh look starts with a rinse and wash. Stacy's Totally Baked crafts freshly baked goods daily, from cookies and cupcakes to signature cakes for every occasion. Based in Ridgefield, we serve local cafes, cater events, and accept custom orders. Visit stacystotallyBaked.com to browse our menu and place your order. Stacy's Totally Baked, where every bite is made with love. Hungry for a steak? Come to Texas Roadhouse for hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and made-from-scratch sides in a fun, family-friendly setting. Whether you're dining in or ordering to go, Texas Roadhouse offers legendary food and service. For more information, visit texasroadhouse.com/Danbury. At Ventura Law, we speak your language, know your culture, and understand your story. For over 65 years, we've been fighting for the rights of injured individuals across Connecticut and New York. Our compassionate bilingual attorneys guide you through every step, making sure your voice is heard. Visit venturalaw.com for a free consultation. Ventura Law, justice you can trust. Transform your outdoor space with Yard Goats Landscaping, located in Bethel, Connecticut. From spring cleanups and tree work to custom patios, fencing, and masonry, we're your one-stop shop for all things landscaping. Visit yardgoats.io for a free consultation. Yard Goats Landscaping, where your dream yard becomes reality. Need reliable equipment for your next project? Turn to Decker Tool Rental. With locations in Danbury, Bridgeport, and beyond, we offer a full range of rental tools and heavy machinery. Whether you're a contractor or DIYer, our knowledgeable staff ensures you get the right gear for the job. Visit DeckerCatRentalStore.com today. Looking to upgrade your ride or home? Choose Emerald Tint, your premier window tinting masters for Fairfield County. Whether it's automotive, residential, commercial, or marine tinting, we use high-quality ceramic films for superior heat rejection, UV protection, and enhanced privacy. Visit emeraldtint.com today. Raise a glass to great beer at Charter Oak Brewing Company, located here in Danbury. Enjoy 10 rotating drafts, live local music, and a shaded beer garden perfect for your next event. Visit us online at charteroakbrewing.com to learn more.
2-1 hat trick still late in the first intermission here, a couple minutes before the start of the second period. If you're just joining us, we'll give you a quick roundup of what happened in the first 20 minutes. And it started very early. 1 minute and 11 seconds in, Chance Adrian found a loose puck in the slot and scored unassisted to get things going. His first game after being out for 3, scoring his second goal in consecutive games. Last time he suited up was against the Wolves on March 13th. He scored a goal in that one and got things going for Danbury tonight. Shortly after, Ivan Bondarenko capitalized off a defensive turnover from Danbury, received a pass from Mac Jansen, and beat Aiden Pierce right down in the crease to tie things up 1-1. Later in the first period, Konstantin Chernyuk scored on the power play after Kyle Steffen went to the box for a hooking call. Hat Trick's power play got going, assisted by Rupsov and Rivers. Chernyuk, his second goal for the Hat Trick since being traded on February 24th, both coming against Binghamton. Binghamton out shooting the Hat Tricks 15-5. We've seen games like this between these two this season where the Hat Tricks are severely outshot, yet they somehow lead and continue to remain in games. Aiden Pierce, a big piece of that, making his first start, his first professional start tonight in such a huge spot. Hat Tricks needing a win essentially to stay alive as they head back onto the ice for the second period. The 2 goals from 5 shots is pretty efficient, if you ask me. Konstantin Chernyuk also with a goal and a penalty. He's an assist away from a Gordie Howe hat trick. We'll keep an eye on that if he gets a helper in the final 2 periods. He's already got 6 assists in his last 5 heading into tonight. As we start the second period, remember the Hat Tricks need a win tonight to stay alive just barely in playoff contention. It's going to take nothing short of a miracle, but a loss and a Topeka win tonight would eliminate the Danbury Hat Tricks from playoff contention with 4 games to go. Dyson Skinner there in the Binghamton net has to be kicking himself, letting in 2 goals from 5 shots faced. But it's where we stand heading into period number 2. Hat Tricks with a 1 goal lead, Up 2-1 with Ian Tukane behind the net. Ian Tukane rebounded off for Rupsov. Centered, Kuznetsov off his skate and almost into the path of Bondarenko. Chernyuk got there first. He'll send it down. Should be an icing. But Milan Brezhko cancels it out. Great hustle from Brezhko. Stone cross ice. Bondarenko couldn't get a stick on it. Chip back down. Both teams will get a change. Stone now for Kirkby. Right wing Serrata. Kirkby was racing in front of the net looking for a tip. Adrian on the puck trying to barrel up the near wall. Sosinski gave it away. Steffen's shot deflected high and out of play. Aiden Pierce, a pretty busy first period. 15 shots faced. Let in the 1 goal, Bondarenko, but doing his part so far early on. Binghamton wins the draw. Steffen. Loose along the near wall. Rivers. Got it stripped. Now right point Anderson. Kirkby tried to center. Serrata on the other side. Sosinski gives it a poke. Now swung back around. Steffen and Chernyuk fall to the ice. Still with Binghamton now. Loose in front. One-timer. Ramakers, and it trickles past Pierce. And the Black Bears tie it up 2-2 early in the second period. It was Zach Serrata who found the loose puck behind Pierce. Another dangerous one-timer there from Scott Ramakers, creating some chaos in front. Didn't lead directly to a goal, but Serrata there to clean up the rebound. And for him, 15th goal on the season. He had spent some time with Peoria in the ESPY, played 6 games with them, and since his return to the Black Bears, 7 points in 8 games. Hat Tricks looking for a response. Durka tried to backhand it over for Santoro and lost an edge. Santoro cross ice for Frondudo. He'll chip it in. Swain for Emery. Moving up along the benches. Behind the net with Hohen. Back out at the opposite blue line. D'Orazio surveying, waiting for another rush. York able to shovel it up the wall. He'll lug it in. Shot was blocked. Still with Stubbs. Push deep. Stubbs still battling along the half wall. Moves it behind. Tukane on the puck first. Stone somehow managed to keep that one in, and we'll have a penalty, looks like against the Hat Tricks, as someone lost a stick and Stone took a tumble after keeping it in the zone, and it's Andrei Simonchik, his second penalty of the evening. Third power play opportunity tonight for Binghamton. Patrick so far 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. As Simonchik goes to the box for a slashing call. Jansen walking in, shoots, glove save. Tie up in the circle. Sent up to the point. Left to right for Stubbs. Back to Razio. Shot. Deflected off Kirkby. Hat Tricks clear. 25 seconds through the penalty kill. Razio building speed. Will leave it for Stubbs. Stubbs gains the line. Pass it over for Jansen. Backhanded around near side. Tyson Kirkby, the captain. At the point, D'Orazio, one-timer from Jansen. Looking for that shot pass for Bondarenko. Tried it in the first period. Bondarenko moves behind the net halfway through the power play. Stubbs, pressured by Brejko there. Loose at the point, corralled by DeRazio and kept in the zone. Back up to Stubbs, thought about a drive, laid it off for Bondarenko. Long time in the offensive zone here for the Black Bears. 33 seconds to go on the power play. Stubbs walking in again, some traffic, bouncing puck. Pierce can't find it, it trickles to the corner and still in the zone for Binghamton. A long time Bondarenko slicing through and almost found a teammate on the far post, still in the zone. A shot goes wide from DeRazio. Cross ice again, and Pierce is up to the task. A round of applause after what felt like an eternity in the defensive zone. 8 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Aiden Pierce doing just enough. We'll play the final 8 seconds on the other side of the break. Black Bears tie it up with Zach Serrata. It's 2-2 in the second period.
Looking for top quality meats? Omaha Beef Company is your go-to wholesale food distributor. We carry a wide selection of beef, poultry, pork, cheeses, and pantry staples. Visit omahabeefcompany.com to learn more. Omaha Beef Company, serving Connecticut with quality you can count on. Is joint pain slowing you down? At Ortho Connecticut, our team of expert orthopedic surgeons and specialists get you back to doing what you love pain-free. From sports injuries to joint replacement, we offer advanced care close to home. Visit myorthoct.com to schedule your appointment today. Looking for a brighter smile? Stony Hill Dental Care offers comprehensive dental services, including sedation, cosmetic, and preventive care. Schedule your appointment today at stonyhilldental.com. Stony Hill Dental Care, where your smile comes first. Get your tickets fast and easy at Tixer.com, the official ticketing partner of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. We make it simple to buy, sell, and manage tickets. Get your tickets today at Tixer.com and cheer.
8 seconds remaining on the Binghamton power play. They had 4 shots on goal and a slew of near goals there. Danbury clears. Simonchek out of the box. And somehow the Hat-Tricks survive for the 3rd time on the penalty kill. Swain on the backhand, lost the puck. It was loose in the low slot now along the near corner. Swain back with it up to the point for Anderson. Shot. Pierce sees through the traffic and makes the save.
Experienced the difference with Mitchell since 1945, serving the community with heat, oil, propane, and service. From business, Mitchell is ready to serve.
Carmine Vetrano just having a word with Pierce there before we get this face-off going. Binghamton now 20-5 in terms of shots on goal. Odd man rush developing. Frondudo down the left wing. Tried to move it in front. Santoro was racing in down the right wing. Tukane's jammed. Simonchik clears it ahead. Tukane will lead it now over. Frondudo shot wide. Santoro applying some pressure. Owen chipped it up the boards. Did Tukane get a touch? They say he did. Santoro getting off now. Fresh skaters on for Danbury. Eli Rivers. Haven't said his name a lot tonight. As Adrian whiffs. He'll go sliding into the boards. Now a centering pass. Adrian right back up on his skates. Sosinski with a drive. Blocked by Hohen. Grady Friedman, his shot blocked, deflected. Adrian almost there, in stride. Cervoni will walk it out. Throw it towards Pierce. Kind of an awkward rebound there. Friedman and Brejko collide into each other. Brejko still with it on his backhand, trying to push it towards Rivers. And DeRazio did just enough. Binghamton has numbers. 4-on-3, Bondarenko now down low. Chernyuk gets a stick on it to snuff out the rush. Laying it up the wall. Stone there first to keep it in deep. Centering pass. Jansen with a one-timer. Not a lot of juice on it. Pierce again making the save. Rupsov tied up. Kuznetsov almost found the loose puck as it's flipped high down towards the Danbury end. Sosinski going right to left, threw it towards the net. Skinner had to poke it with the stick. That shot escapes into the netting. Hat-tricks doing their best to apply some pressure on Dyson Skinner despite being outshot by so many so far. Seen a couple near odd man rushes. Sosinski there leading the charge that time. Pickford with the stick. Kandurka cycled front. Dudo tight angle shot handled by Skinner. As we head towards the halfway point in this one, Topeka and Indiana puck drop should be pretty soon. So in that second intermission, we will give you an update on all the scores across the league, but especially in that one. Kirkby down the right wing, tried to center off Santoro's skate. Anderson stays with it. High shot, wicked deflection. Pierce jumped in the air. Kandurka with a stick, trying to maneuver onto the breakaway. Has some help. Kandurka shot, not fully dealt with by Skinner. Frondudo keeps it alive along the boards. Another nasty deflection. And Skinner is forced to freeze the puck. Caden Kandurka. .11:01 to go in the second period. Zach Serrata's early second period goal tied it up for the visitors. 23-6 in terms of shots on goal. There's a giveaway. Adrian Friedman. Saved by Skinner. Boy, a lot of bodies there in front. And another defensive zone turnover for Binghamton. That's how the Hat-Trick's first goal came about. Grady Friedman. Haven't talked about him all that much tonight. One of these rookies who's come in recently, has 3 goals in 4 games. Flipping it for Tukane. Rivers almost getting on the end of that pass. But Friedman slotted right into the first line along with Adrian and Rivers. And looking very comfortable. Scored an incredible goal against Watertown last Saturday in the New Jersey game. Rupsov for Brejko, laid it off for Friedman. Tried to work it back the other way. Jansen with the stronger stick. Bouncing around in the neutral zone, Bondarenko. Moves it for Jansen now with some space along the left circle. Stubbs behind the net now, centering, shot, save. Loose for Stone, couldn't handle it. Still loose in front, Pierce batting at it. And pushed out to the right point. Stone one-timer. Pierce is there again. Aiden Pierce staying strong between the pipes. We remain at 2-2 halfway through the second period.
Fire up your appetite with Twins Barbecue Company. Smoked meats, bold flavors, and barbecue that brings people together. Stop by for ribs, brisket, wings, and more in Brookfield. Visit twinsbbqco.com to view our menu, order online, or find our next food truck stop. Twins Barbecue. There's nothing better than smoking hot twins. Looking to make your brand stand out? Vision Designs in Brookfield has you covered. From custom screen printing and embroidery to eye-catching signs, banners, and promotional products, they bring your ideas to life with unmatched quality and service. Visit visiondesignsct.com. Vision Designs, where your vision becomes reality. Looking to elevate your night out? At Illicit Brewing Company, we feature a beer hall, cocktail bar, arcade, lounge, and private event space. Enjoy a diverse menu, live music, trivia nights, and more. Visit illicitbrewing.com/Danbury for more information.
Back here at the DIA, 9:28 to go in the second period. Still tied up 2 apiece. Hat tricks beginning to put some pressure on Dyson Skinner in that Binghamton net. Binghamton still with a firm advantage in the shots on goal, 25-11, but it's 10-6 this period. And Aiden Pierce already having to make 25 saves through the first 30 minutes. What a way to make your first professional start, and he has been incredibly solid so far. And Skinner freezes that one. Both teams playing their backup goaltenders this evening. Kyle Penton getting a rest after 13 consecutive starts. He'd played in 38 of the last 39 periods for MJ Markle and the Hat Tricks. And Dominic Tomei on the other side getting a rest after recording his 7th shutout of the season. It's been lights out. Jansen, a quick pass across the goal mouth. Flanell, quick passing now with Santoro across the line. Half wall. Threw it towards some space. Stone there first. And Jansen moving in 3-on-2. Bondarenko, one-timer. What a save, and no, it trickles in. Aiden Pierce going full extension and just cannot do enough. Binghamton capitalizes on the odd man rush. CJ Stubbs makes it 3-2. The feed from Bondarenko, and Stubbs just gets it past the outstretched glove of Aiden Pierce. His blocker, actually. Stubbs coming into tonight, tied for second in the Fed in goals. He's got 39 now. Could be the league leader by the end of the night. And the Hat Tricks committing another penalty. Greg Sasinski looks like it's going to be him heading to the box after Zach Serrata lost his balance. Binghamton back on the power play for the 4th time tonight. So far 0 for 3, finding their 3 goals at even strength. Danbury needing another penalty kill here. Orazio keeps it in at the blue line. Stubbs maneuvering around Crom, and Binghamton will go to work. Orazio for Stubbs. Jansen couldn't handle. They'll face up, back for Stubbs. Stubbs behind the net, Kirkby. Orazio at the point. Shot, looking for a deflection, and just escapes the post. That bounced around there for a while. Orazio gets past Brejko, but turns it over. Santoro will send it deep 50 seconds through the power play. Greg Sosinski, a tripping call at 11:22. And there's a turnover. Santoro on the shorthand. Santoro tried to fake out Stubbs, but the veteran gets the better of Santoro. Cleared out again by Danbury. Bondarenko will reset. Bondarenko with that assist along with Mac Jansen. Leads the league in assists this season now with 73. Swain thought about leaving it and said he'll lug it in his own. 18 seconds on the power play. Stone, Serrata. Back for Swain, Serrata, shot wide. 7 seconds now, Swain walking in down the circle. Steffen, shot glove save. 2 seconds to go on the Sosinski penalty. It looks like the hat tricks will go 4 for 4 on the PK so far. 6:40 to go in the second period. Serrata wins the face-off. Back to even strength we go. Fondudo chipped it behind. Kandurka able to handle the puck. Fondudo on the rush. Centers, Kandurka colliding with Skinner, who made the save. Net goes flying. Kandurka and Fondudo trying to tie it up at 3. Dyson Skinner, who hasn't been all that busy tonight, his 12th save, but big there. Kandurka almost at the doorstep there. His 2 goals against Binghamton back on the 28th of February were big in that win on the road against the Black Bears. As I said, the last time Binghamton lost was that game in late February. No icing. Scrum forward in the corner, now deflected by Schwitt. Adrian tries to get there first, plays it deep. Ramaker's at the blue line. Crazy bounce. Skinner's gonna have to get out there first, and he does. Almost gave it away to a Friedman rush there, trying to intercept. First line on, Rivers, Friedman, and Adrian. Adrian coming off now for Brejko. Try to get his stick on it right as he joined the play. Owen across the goal mouth. Now Anton Rubtsov going on his own, backhanded towards the net, trying to create something. There's Jansen. Flutters it through. Stubbs will handle in the far corner. Back with Rubtsov, 2-on-3 with Friedman. York back for Cervoni. Under 5 minutes to play in the second period. Binghamton with 2 goals. Zach Serrata, CJ Stubbs. They've found their first lead of the night. Danbury needing to win this game to stay alive. They can lose if Topeka also loses, but that would put them on the nearest of all edges of playoff elimination. We'll talk about that more during the second intermission. Shot thrown on net by Fondudo. Skinner freezes with 14:14 to play. A little scrum behind the net with Kuznetsov and Schwitt, it looks like. We'll go to break Hat Tricks 2, Binghamton 3. Watching the Hat Tricks live on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Start your morning off right at Grounds Donut House. Enjoy our oversized artisanal donuts paired with premium coffee. For a unique treat, don't miss our ice cream-filled donuts. If you're looking for a sweet way to kick off your day, visit us in Danbury or check us out online at groundsdonuthouse.com/Danbury. Looking for great craft beer and live music? Visit Housatonic River Brewing in New Milford. Enjoy handcrafted ales in our rustic tap room or outdoor beer garden along the scenic Housatonic River. We're open Wednesday through Sunday with live music every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check out our full schedule and offerings at HousatonicRiverBrewing.com. Looking for reliable waste management? Choose Interstate Waste Services, your local family-owned provider since 1998. We provide comprehensive waste and recycling solutions for homes and businesses with a commitment to sustainability and community. For more information, visit interstatewaste.com.
Final 4 minutes and change here at the DIA of the second period. Binghamton with 2 goals to take their first lead of the night. Still out shooting the Hat Tricks 30-13. It was closer earlier in the period, but now 15-8 in the second frame. Kandurka shielding in the corner. Frandudo there to help. Frandudo springs free, wraparound attempt, net comes loose. Frandudo and Kandurka, 2 players who have improved, at least in points production, tremendously as the season has gone on. Frandudo, his first 22 games, only 5 points. In his last 19, basically a point per game. He's got 18 points, 6 goals, 12 assists. Similar story for Kandurka. His first 27 games, only 10 points. And again, his last 19, also 18 points. So both players playing at a point per game clip, essentially. 2 rookies who are just making their mark in their pro careers. Kirkby and the Black Bears head down left to right. Snuffed out by Fennell, another rookie. At the point for Stone, blocked by Rubtsov. Jostling is Pickford. D'Orazio shot from the point, pushed clear. Stone banks it towards the corner. Fennell with a stick. Moving it up the wall for Kandurka. Over for Rubtsov. Shot maybe deflected. Did not test Skinner. Played up the boards. Hohen will chase. Binghamton with a full change now. Cherniak almost gave it away there. Dangerous pass to Fennell. Back on it is Fennell. Friedman right wing. Stops. Played behind the goal, Adrian. Now Rivers. Rivers spinning. Down for Adrian, back for Rivers. Shot, score! Maybe a deflection, but Eli Rivers ties it up 3-3. Well, we hadn't said his name a lot tonight, but he comes up big here. As you see, Rivers and Adrian combining a couple times, and it looks like that shot did take a deflection. It tricked Dyson Skinner in net. We'll see how they score it. As of now, we'll give it to Rivers. His 12th goal for the Hat Tricks. His 19th on the season overall. And we've got a tie game. A rebound there for Brejko. Almost made it 2 goals in 15 seconds. He continues to pressure with Kuznetsov. Bondarenko entering. Around the outside, centering. Stubbs lost an edge as he put the shot on goal. And we might have a penalty here on the Hat Tricks. We'll wait for a call. Might have just been the net coming loose, and looks like that was it. Stubbs did take a spill as he put that shot on net. Aiden Pierce, another look at him. How awesome has he been tonight? We needed every bit of his saves. 28 saves on 31 shots faced. Ramaker's another shot and another deflection. Did not reach the goal. Rupsov tied down. Brejko in some space, left wing shot. Half saved by Skinner. It's Rivers at 17:27 from Adrian and Sosinski. Jansen with an interception in the neutral zone. Skirts past Kandurka. Playing it up to the point for Anderson, right back down. 1:25 to go in the second period. Tied up for the third time tonight. A tight one last night, a low-scoring affair, 1-0. This time, a more high-scoring one in Danbury. Great breakout pass, Rivers, shot blocked. Deflected by Ramakers. Getting a stick on it. Rivers back in stride, entering the zone. Adrian score! Chance Adrian, his second goal of the night. A beautiful feed from Rivers. 2 goals in a couple minutes. The Hat Tricks have their lead back. It's 4-3. Here's a look at it. Beautiful feathered pass from Rivers. Adrian knew where to go. These two haven't played on the same line all that much this season. Stone with a shot and another save. Chance Adrian, his second goal of the night. And his third goal for the Hat Tricks, all 3 coming in his last 2 games. Remember, he missed the last 3. Coming back in the lineup tonight, slotted in as the first line center. Scoring a minute into the game, and now in the final minutes of the second period. Hat Tricks showing some fight. Final 15 seconds of the period. That first line still out there. Steffen swivels it around. Loose along the wall, 1 second now. And the Hat Tricks will head into the break. Up 4-3. 2 late goals in the second period from Eli Rivers and Chance Adrian have given Danbury a 4-3 advantage heading into the second intermission. We'll take a short break, be back looking at some out-of-town scores, some playoff implications for this game and some others, and get you ready for the final period of action here between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears, live on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Remember when a night out didn't break the bank? When fun was simple, social, and full of laughter? Bowling is still that place. Affordable, timeless, and made for everyone. Get more laughs per dollar bowling at Spins Bowl.
Second intermission here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Still 5 minutes away from the start of the third period. We'll give you a look at some out-of-town scores before we get you ready for the third period. Hat-Tricks leading 4-3 over the Black Bears. 2 late goals in the second period, giving them a 4-3 lead. Out of town will start with the game that just went final. Twin City winning in overtime over Athens 4-3. They keep their playoff hopes alive, up to 69 points. They'll hope that PD drops some tonight before a series with the Ice Cats next weekend, which would be huge in that battle for the 4 seed in the Continental. Port Huron up 2-1 over Watertown after last night's dominant win, to say the least. Port Huron looking to sweep the weekend there. Columbus leading 4-2 over Monroe in the third period. Columbus solidly in third place, pretty far behind Monroe and also pretty far ahead of PD, so they seem to be locked into that 3 seed. Monroe trailing Athens in the race for the number 1 seed. Looks like Athens is going to get that. Still 6 games to go for both. Blue Ridge leading the PD Ice Cats 2-0 in the second period. Blue Ridge clinched a playoff spot now with 84 points, looking to make it 87 as they head into their final 4 games of the season. 0-0 between Biloxi and Baton Rouge in the first period. And the big one that the Hat-Tricks will have their eyes on, Topeka leading 1-0 against Indiana in the first period. Our game will go final before that game finishes. So when we sign off for the night, we won't know where things stand heading into next weekend, but it's pretty simple. As long as the Hat-Tricks win, even if Topeka wins, Danbury will have an outside shot at that 4 seed. A loss against Indiana would keep the door a little further open, but we'll keep an eye on that score through the third period. Of course, all eyes here in Danbury still. Topeka leads 1-0 after the first period. Goal from Avery Smith at 17:39 there. And that rounds out some out-of-town scores around the Fed. All 14 teams in action. As we set our sights back on this one, the Hat-Tricks entered the second period up 2-1. A late first period goal from Konstantin Chernyuk on the power play gave them a 2-1 lead into the first intermission. But 2 goals from the Black Bears to start the second period, but then behind 3-2. At 17:27, Eli Rivers found a puck along the half wall, put a shot on net. Looked like it took a pretty heavy deflection, and it beat Dyson Skinner. And Rivers getting his 12th goal for the Hat-Tricks this season, 19th overall between his time in PD. And just over a minute later, Chance Adrian gets the 4th goal, a beautiful feed from Rivers. 2 points in those 2 goals. Rivers also had an assist on the Chernyuk goal. And the Hat-Tricks lead 4-3. 32-18 in terms of shots on goal for Binghamton. They won the second period 17-13 after having a 15-5 advantage in the first period. So a little bit better from the Hat-Tricks, getting some shots on net, really testing Dyson Skinner. And you see him there, Aiden Pierce, making his first professional start in one of the biggest games of the season so far. He has been up to the task. He's been peppered with shots left and right. Over 15 shots each period. 29 saves on 32 shots faced. They'll need to continue that in the final 20 minutes. If the Hat-Tricks win in regulation and Topeka wins in regulation, they're still alive, but just barely. All Topeka would need is 1 point from their final 5 games. A win and a Topeka loss would mean Topeka still needs 4 points to clinch a playoff spot in their last 5. Still somewhat unlikely, but definitely more likely than the mere 1 point. So here we go. Final 20 minutes. Hat Tricks leading by a goal on the league leaders, the 2-time defending champs, a team they've only beaten once this season in 13 tries. Can they make it 2? Third period begins here in Danbury. Andrei Simonchek has taken a couple penalties tonight, sauced it in. Rupsov, Kuznetsov, and Brezhko. The second line out there for MJ Markle. Bondarenko finds a loose puck. Cross ice to Razio. Stone back for DeRazio. Jansen deking through on his backhand, now behind the net. Centering, Stubbs was pressured. Kuznetsov took it away. Rupsov will fire in. 4 fresh skaters on for Danbury. Great forechecking here from Rupsov. Forces a turnover, centering for Adrian, who couldn't find the puck there. Just didn't reach his stick. Steffen angling behind the net. Faces up and shot was blocked. Kirkby up the wall, spinning around Rivers. Chernyuk ties him up. Adrian with the puck now. Bounces it over for Chernyuk. 3-on-2, Friedman across the line. Rupsov off his skate. Not quite tape to tape there from Friedman. Hat Tricks get it back, thrown on net. Adrian with the rebounds, taking some time and just couldn't find a teammate there at the back post. But Chance Adrian, who before tonight had played sometimes on the second line, on the third line as well, but certainly was not a no-brainer for the first line, as stepped into the first line center role and has played admirably. Of course, 2 goals, but he's been involved a lot in the offensive zone, a lot of time on his stick. In the circle with Kirkby. He wins it there, bouncing puck, low circle. Kirkby trying to evade 2 orange jerseys. Up the boards, Chernyuk there first. Ahead for Rivers. Adrian trying to corral it. Anderson on his stick. Cleared by Chernyuk, and now pressuring is Eli Rivers. Fennell gets the first poke as Emery was racing in. Now Austin Pickford in the corner gave it away. Matthew York, the rookie. Breakout for Swain. Pierce backhands it off the wall. Great finesse there from the goaltender. Not to panic. Bouncing in the neutral zone, Santoro handled, but played with a high stick. There's Joe Santoro, playing in his 6th game for the Hat Tricks after being signed from Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. I have the Watertown Wolves on my mind, apparently. As we mentioned earlier, the only Connecticut native on the roster. No other CT players suiting up for Danbury this season. Spun around the boards. Emery finds the puck. Now Hohen shielding. Bounces behind with Emery. At the point, Stone. Ceremonial on net, blockered. Still in front, another rebound shot. Owen continuing to apply the pressure. Pushed in deep. Ceremonial will change. Binghamton still putting the pressure on. Frondudo escapes. Held up by Hohen. Now cross ice with Swain. He got the game-winning goal last night in that 1-0 low-scoring affair. Halfway through the third period, DeRazio. Low for Stubbs. Kept in by DeRazio for the moment before Pickford took it back. 4 minutes through the third period. Hat-trick still hanging on to their 1-goal lead. Here's a giveaway, 2-on-1. CJ Stubbs crossed over for Jansen. Kuznetsov did just enough with the stick. Bondarenko pickpockets over for Jansen. Didn't get everything on the shot. Pierce was there. 3-on-2 the other way if they can hurry. Brejko. Stick in from Stone. Shot on net. Block it aside. Rupsaw tried a one-timer. Tukane pinching in. Thrown towards the net. Brejko was tied up with a defenseman. Stubbs fluttered cross ice. Into the zone with Kirkby now. Blocked by Chernyuk. Adrian lost an edge. Kirkby's pass intercepted by Simonchek. He'll shoot it in. DeRazio, breakout pass for Kirkby. Tape to tape, loose in the circle. Stefan got a stick on it. Simonchek trying to chop at it, but still with the Black Bears and Serrata. They had a goal in the second period that made it 2-2. Capitalized on a loose puck down in the crease. But it's still 4-3 Danbury with 14:22 to go in the third. Hat-trick's trying to hang on and pick up their second win over Binghamton this season. Plenty of time to go in the third. You're watching the Hat-Tricks on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Raise a glass to locally crafted spirits at Litchfield Distillery. Enjoy free tours and tastings of our award-winning spirits, including bourbon, rye, gin, and ready-to-drink cocktails. Open daily with tours on the hour. Book your spot at litchfielddistillery.com. Litchfield Distillery, batch by batch. Craving a craft beer escape? Come to Reverie Brewing Company in Newtown, where every pint is brewed with passion and flavor. Catch a rotating tap list, enjoy food trucks almost every day, and join us for live events and good times. Visit reveriebrewing.com for our menu, hours, and upcoming events. Reverie Brewing. Don't quit your daydream. In the mood for a sweet treat? Visit Twister's Ice Cream Cafe in New Fairfield. Enjoy 32 delicious homemade ice cream and Italian ice flavors, including rotating specials. Plus, catch Twisters at all Danbury Hat-Tricks home games this season. For more information, check.
14:22 to go in the third. Offensive zone draw for the Black Bears. Bondarenko comes away with it. Quick shot and squeezed by Pierce. Hat-tricks with 4 goals tonight after being shut out last night. Looking at all the games that Binghamton has lost this season, every time they've lost, the other team has scored at least 4 goals, which seems silly because usually if you score 4 goals, you should, or most likely will win the game. Binghamton does not give up those low-scoring losses. Kandurka shot high, missed the net. Back the other way, Bondarenko, Stubbs, save Pierce! Right to left goes Pierce. The rookie standing on his head. Anderson rink wide for Stubbs, had to slow down. Kandurka finds the puck again. He's been a part of a couple of those odd man rushes this evening. Bondarenko got tripped up. Fondudo feathers it clear, no icing. Fresh skaters on for Danbury. Second line, Rupsov, Kuznetsov, and Brezhko on. Bouncing puck, Swain is tripped up. Delayed penalty here as Hohen keeps it alive. Binghamton will go on the power play. Try to tie this one up as Hohen still holding on to the puck before a whistle. Fifth opportunity on the man advantage coming up as Caden Fennell go into the box. Binghamton 0 for 4 on the day. On the power play, all 3 goals coming at even strength. Hat tricks, their strength is on the penalty kill. They do have a power play goal, but it has not been their strength this season. They're going to plug away again here with under 13 minutes as Bondarenko and the Black Bears go to work. Kandurka trying to play keep away, 1-on-3. They'll cycle it around. Kill off 30 seconds there as Kirkby re-enters. Jansen fluttered, cross corner. Kirkby tried to cycle it, hit off the referee's skate. Now Bondarenko near half wall. Stubbs with a drive, blocked. Brezhko wore that one. Still at the point, Stubbs, low, Bondarenko. Looking for a centering pass, Jansen all tied up and falls to the ice, claiming that he was hit with a high stick. Referee might not have seen it. He'll collect his stick. Only 50 seconds left on the power play. Durazio with some speed down the left wing. Held up by Sosinski. Kandurka chipping in behind the net. He lost his stick, which was broken. Doing his best to fly around without a twig. Stubbs. Steffen. Now Durazio under 30 seconds on the 5-on-4. Bondarenko. Durazio. Stubbs couldn't handle. Banks it off the backboards for Bondarenko. 12 seconds on the power play. Caden Fennell waiting. Cross ice pass, Bondarenko. Batted away by Sosinski only as far as the blue line. 2 seconds now. Durazio, and it trickles in the final seconds of the power play. Austin Durazio scores and makes it 4-4 after a long time in the offensive zone. Austin Durazio, his 23rd goal in the year. We'll see if that's a power play goal or not. It was so close to the end of Caden Fennell's penalty. Only 1 goal last night. How about 8 between these two with 11:04 remaining in the third. Grady Friedman right back in the offensive zone, lost his balance. Fennell slides into the boards. Kirkby behind the net, centering, shot deflected into the netting. That one could have really tested Pierce there. Serrato with the shot. Chance Adrian, 2 goals tonight. He's been the hero so far. Does this hat tricks offense have one more goal in them? They've won, giving up 1 goal in both games last weekend, now needing to win a high-scoring one. That one again escapes into the netting. Last weekend beating the Wolves 5-1 on Friday and 3-1 on Saturday. That one in Morristown, New Jersey at Menon Arena, that neutral site game. What an awesome one that was. Josh Newberg, Johnny Ruiz, a couple New Jersey guys getting to travel back home. Fennell bounces it for Friedman. Some space, Friedman, shot, score! Grady Friedman, an inch of space, beats Dyson Skinner on the rush. Just shielding off the defenseman, beats Skinner near side. And for Grady Friedman, his 4th goal in 5 games. Talk about instant impact. Coming over from the college ranks, Curry College. Scored in both games last weekend. 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, and now 1, the biggest goal of his very young professional career. An instant response from the Hat Tricks. Emery with a shot that's deflected into the half wall as Emery picks it right back up. Cervoni's shot out of play. Grady Friedman finds a 5th for the Hat Tricks. 9:57 to go in the 3rd. They reclaim their lead. A 1-goal lead over the Black Bears. You're watching the Danbury Hat Tricks on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Upgrade your home with Buzz-8 Appliance, your trusted source for top brand appliances and expert service. We've got the selection and knowledge to help you find the perfect fit. Visit our showrooms in Danbury and Brookfield or shop online at buzz8appliance.com. Buzz-8 Appliance, where quality meets dependability. Discover fresh quality and unbeatable value at Carluzzi's, your family-owned grocery market. We've got everything you need under one roof. Proudly serving Danbury and surrounding communities. Visit carluzzi's.com for weekly specials. Carluzzi's, where quality meets community. Hungry? Chick-fil-A has you covered in Brookfield on Federal Road and inside the Danbury Fair Mall. From the original chicken sandwich to fresh salads and nuggets, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner your way. The perfect way to feed your family. Chick-fil-A, great food.
9 goals between the Hat Tricks and the Black Bears. 5-4 halfway through the 3rd period. Caden Kanderka on the chase. And just edged out there by Durazio, who scored a tying goal at 8:56, and 39 seconds later, Grady Friedman gives the Hat Tricks their lead right back. Bouncing around low slot, Pierce made a save. Santoro picks up the puck. Hat Tricks will dump it in, get a change. Durazio poked down low for Bondarenko. Loose through the slot. Now Durazio. Loose. Pierce fell down. Maybe thought the puck was on beneath his pads. But the rookie is doing enough, and more than enough. He's made some spectacular saves tonight. Friedman. Working behind the net, spinning. Flips it over for Adrian. Fennell, shot. Tried to work it through some traffic. No deflections. Ramaker's trying to jam it up the boards. Met there by Adrian and Friedman. Duquesne trying to get a quick change. Pickford on now with Fennell. As Binghamton chips it in deep. Scrum forward in the corner. Brejko able to pop it over for Fennell. And now behind the play, two players tied up. Pickford still tangled there as he pushes Serrata down onto the ice, and he will be facing some time in the sin bin. Serrata still on the ice. It all started from that scrum in the corner, trying to get the puck free. And even after the puck was well gone into the neutral zone, Pickford was still tied up with Serrata. And it looks like it's just going to be him going to the box. Zach Serrata, not a culprit. Sosinski and Kirkby wait for some clarification. And now it does look like Serrata will join Pickford in the box. We'll see how they score these. It's like offsetting roughing minors on Serrata and Pickford at 12-13. Some 4-on-4 hockey for the next couple minutes. The second period has begun in Topeka. Scarecrows still leading 1-0. We'll keep an eye and let you know if anything changes in that game. But still a nail biter here in the final 7:47 at the DIA. 4-on-4 as Jordan Crom and CJ Stubbs walk into the circle. Stone flipped over for D'Orazio, now back for Stone. Bondarenko directing traffic. Fires in as it whips around the boards. Sosinski gets the first poke at it. Crom with Chernyuk. Shot from out wide. Skinner scooped it up and played it quickly over for Bondarenko. Bondarenko, one-timer. D'Orazio skips wide. Crom laid it up for Sosinski. Sosinski leads the rush, right wing on his backhand. Pushed it towards net. Now cross ice shot. Point blank save. Grady Friedman almost had his second goal. 42 seconds of 4-on-4 left. Blockered by Pierce. Anderson pinching deep. He'll walk back up. Jansen waiting for Ramekers. Scott Ramekers deking through. Stretch save, Pierce, and gets the frozen puck. He has stretched out a couple times this evening. He is slow to get up, though, Pierce is. Scott Ramekers deked through a couple hat tricks there and had an A-grade chance down low. Denied by this rookie. .38 saves on 42 shots faced so far. Still 23 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Tie up on the draw. Chernyuk finds the puck. And quickly ahead for Rupsov. Tangle up at the blue line, and Rupsov's going to get whistled here for a trip on Kirkby. We'll go back to 5-on-5 as both players leave the box. But Binghamton will go on the power play for the 6th time tonight. Keeping the extra attacker on with the net empty. Heading towards 5 minutes to go. Ramekers. Danbury gets a touch. Anton Rupsov taking a penalty in a tough spot there. The Danbury penalty kill has been strong tonight. That goal from Austin DeRazio early in the 3rd period was scored just after the power play expired. It was essentially part of the power play, all that time spent in the offensive zone, but not technically a power play goal. Austin DeRazio, here he is. Stubbs and DeRazio play catch. Binghamton looking for a tying goal as we head to the final 5 minutes. Hat Tricks looking for a regulation win to keep their season alive. DeRazio tees up Stubbs. Bondarenko back for Stubbs. DeRazio almost kept it in with a quick catch. Now in the neutral zone with Kirkby. Kirkby 9 points in 8 games coming into tonight against the Hat Tricks. Stubbs cross ice, almost thread the needle, looking for Bondarenko. Stubbs walking in, almost finds a slap shot, loose puck. Bondarenko finds Stubbs, waiting, shoots, glove save. A staring contest there, Stubbs and Pierce, and the goaltender wins out. We'll head to the under 5 timeout. 4:10 to go in the 3rd. Hat Tricks holding on 5-4. Still 49 seconds left of penalty killing to do. You're watching the Hat Tricks live on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
It's time for a tasty, gooey treat. Crumble Cookies in Danbury has the freshest, warmest cookies around. With 6 new gourmet cookie flavors every week, there's always a reason to treat yourself. For the latest flavors and updates, visit crumblecookies.com/Danbury. Visit Danbury Duckpin Bowling Lanes for family fun. Enjoy the classic charm of duckpin bowling with 16 lanes, including a private party room. Perfect for kids' parties, senior leagues, and casual play. Open daily with affordable rates and a welcoming atmosphere. Visit DanburyDuckpin.com to reserve your lane today. Looking for a bank that puts you first? Visit Fairfield County Bank, serving Connecticut since 1871. With 17 local branches, we offer personal and business banking, mortgages, insurance, and investment services, all with a personal touch. Visit FairfieldCountyBank.com.
4:10 remaining in the 3rd period. Hat Tricks up 5-4 on the Black Bears. The last time Binghamton lost was at the hands of Danbury, a 3-4 shootout loss on February 28th. The only loss they've suffered since the beginning of February. Trying to find a tying goal here on the power play. Their 6th time on the 5-on-4 tonight. Kandurka fires it down, 30 seconds left. Serrata back over for Stone. Brejko gets a stick. Banked behind for Stone. Tried to play it ahead for Serrata. Eventually finds the puck in the far corner. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Rupsov's going to come back on here. Back to 5-on-5. Swain just working along the wall. Shot from the point goes wide. Ramekers fires it back around the other way. Adrian tried to flip it over for Rupsov, who was tripped up. Stefan around the outside, tied up behind, centers. Durazio shot, save. Maybe blocked there by Frondudo before it reached Pearson. Frondudo was in some pain after taking that one to the leg. Binghamton uncharacteristically 0 for 6 on the power play. Hat-trick's penalty kill has been spectacular. 2:50 to go in this one. You have to start thinking at what point could Binghamton decide to pull their goalie. Fennell caught a puck up high. Lost his stick for a moment. Binghamton begins the rush. Chopped in by Jansen around the boards. Bondarenko trying to get to the puck first. Santoro scoots past Anderson. They collide in the corner. Friedman and Santoro, the two rookies, only joined the team a couple weeks ago, doing some work there in the offensive zone. Trying to hold up the Black Bears. Right down Broadway, Durazio shot, save! Round of applause for Aiden Pierce, still 1:52 to go. The net is empty. Dyson Skinner is on the bench. Grady Friedman finds the puck into the neutral zone. Rivers squares up, bouncing, and just misses the net. Rimmed around, Durazio. Now Kirkby, backhanded. He'll force a save out of Pierce to draw the offensive zone faceoff. 1:26 to go. .43 saves for Aiden Pierce. He'd only played 20 minutes for the Hat-Tricks this season. It was against Binghamton back on March 14th in that 5-0 loss. Kyle Penton had played 13 consecutive in goal. Now Aiden Pierce getting the nod. And can't say enough how spectacular he has been tonight. Binghamton will use a timeout, try to draw something up. The final 86 seconds. Looking ahead to next weekend, Hat-Tricks will be on the road on Friday up in Watertown for their final game against the Wolves, then back home on Saturday against Port Huron. Team they haven't played since mid-January. Leading by 1 goal. This would also be the Hat-Tricks' first win against the Black Bears in this arena since November of 2024. The beginning of last season on November 16th, they won 7-4. They've lost their last 7 against Binghamton in this arena. Trying to end that tonight and trying to extend their playoff hopes for at least one more week. 6-on-5. Bondarenko finds the puck. Durazio can't keep it in. Jansen tipped in by Kirkby. Spit out front. Banked away by Santoro, angling towards the net. Kandurka's gonna win the race and backhands it into the net for an empty netter to seal this one. He deserves a goal tonight. Caden Kandurka's been flying around the ice on the penalty kill on every shift. We talked about the exponential growth we've seen out of Caden in the second half of the year, and that proves it there. The Salve Regina grad putting the finishing touches on one of the more impressive wins of the season. We'll see if it ends up meaning all that much when the regular season is complete, but for now, the Hat Tricks will stay alive just barely in the playoff race into next weekend. Binghamton will pull the goaltender again. D'Orazio over for Kirkby. Kept in by Stubbs. Bouncing around. Under 30 seconds. Bondarenko's shot tipped wide. Tukane takes a tumble. Kirkby, now Bondarenko. D'Orazio, a lot of bodies down low. 6 seconds. Caden Fennell pokes it out of play into the Hat Tricks net. Bench, excuse me. With 4.1 on the clock. Six goals would be the most Danbury scored since February 21st, a 6-2 win at Indiana. Final seconds tick down, loose, down low. Pierce makes one final save. And Aiden Pierce capitalizes a massive win for the Hat Tricks, who pick up their second on the season against Binghamton. Incredible moment for Aiden Pierce. His first professional career start and his first win in a massive spot, playing such a talented team. The two-time defending champs. Black Bears gave him hell. But in the end, 44 saves for number 72. And you love to see him celebrating with Kyle Penton. And pretty easy candidate to lift the bucket today. Danbury improves to 19, 24, 5 and 4, 70 points now on the season, still in 5th place. As we sign off, Topeka still up 1-0, so we'll know by the end of tonight what the quote-unquote magic number is heading into next Friday. But Danbury gets to celebrate an awesome win tonight. Narrowly lost on Friday, and winning a high-scoring one tonight, 6-4. Binghamton falls to 41-6, 2-3, still on 131 points and comfortably in first place. They will likely lock up home ice advantage in the coming weeks. They already have it for the first 2 rounds. They will host Port Huron next Friday before Port Huron heads down to Danbury next Saturday. Hat Tricks will be back in action on Friday up in Watertown before playing Port Huron on Saturday. For our entire production team, Patrick Grudberg here on play-by-play commentary, signing off on the Hat Tricks Digital Network. Their final score from the Danbury Ice Arena, Hat Tricks 6, Black Bears 4.